in remains. They just haven't had a chance to look at it yet, at the stuff yet. I sent them 31 pictures. I had a lot of stuff built up on my computer. Some some were actually rather old, some were more new. But yeah, I could have moved them over onto the other hard drive. I suppose I could. But still, I need to get rid of them. They'll just take up the other hard drive instead if I don't. I've no problem offloading stuff onto it, but I prefer it to be not sets that I can't get to edit yet, like this. I have to wait for me to finish Grim Dawn before I can touch this. Not Grim Dawn, Witcher 3, and then Path of Exile. But yeah, sorry, I did read one of those few lines there repeatedly. That was just, I end up feeling I'm reading something wrong. It's a rather crippling thing. Just keep feeling like no matter what I, say, I'm reading it wrong somehow. Random pool of blood. Remember in Mountain Blade Warband, if you go to a certain village, it just has a random pool of blood there. I remember seeing it in Kakaski's playthrough of it. The lag is annoying. I can only hope it never backfires on me and screws me over. Well, not backfires, but I hope it never screws me over. We're getting close to where I have to go, but can't go there just yet. Have to go everywhere else first. Okay, we're around halfway through this. Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. Damn, beasts just keep respawning. God damn, that's a loud move. Why is the lightning moves always so goddamn loud? Hopefully I can be heard over them. On chasm entrance? How on chasm entrance? There we go. Oh, that's handy. Ooh, Soul Thief. That's a one-handed sword. Not too useful for me. I wonder if I'm ever going to get something to replace this weapon. Oh, that's cool. We have stuff up the country like this, the Giant's Causeway. So it's like a little spit of land that looks just like them, off the side of Ireland, pointed towards like Scotland.
Inventory is full.
Found a little hidden area. Just had hidden remains. When they sprint, it always looks funny to me. Except when it's the giant spiders doing it. Then I feel quite uncomfortable. Ugh. Expecting a boss of some sort, you know? Basalt crags. Somehow the ooze ended up getting up on top. Oh, called slow here. Really? You're just gonna stand in it? Freaking gobshites. Rock.
I can't carry anymore.
Back ago. Back again, jiggity jig. Or however it goes.
See anything you like?
Oh, you big boy. Soul Steel gives you a chance, an attack that can proc. And it is cool. But it's a one-handed weapon. So it's shite for me. Incredibly so. Is nice, it gives you 10 to 14 in each element. Then gives further 10 elemental damage and plus 55% elemental damage. It's pretty nice. I feel like maybe I shouldn't be so obsessed about holding on to all these, but oh well, whatever. I think I do have some duplicates. Oh, actually. Ooh, we've Marauder's Justice and Marauder's Fury. Cool. Powered about. Don't actually have anything I could, bring to the other guy to change over. I had wanted him to alter some of the extras of the kit I'm wearing now, but I've completed the set, so it doesn't matter. So many goddamn marked rocks. You turn over anything and you make a fair chunk of cash. Can't walk 5 steps without finding a hidden stash. My god. Because they're idiots too. I saved them, but they're just gonna let themselves die to the acid. Idiots. a pack hound alpha. God damn, dude, like the number was just flicking back and forth really rapidly there. I was just tanking it. You know, from his like frost cone. That was nice. Jaren's travel log, first entry. Yesterday, we set out yesterday to make our way over the charred rim and down into the valley below. It is a wild place where towering basalt formations jut from the ground like the bones of an ancient beast. I don't know what happened here, but it appears as if the earth turned itself inside out, spewing its jagged entrails across the valley floor. The land rests now, but signs of ancient turmoil abound. I must say I'm surprised to find that Amo's map has been accurate. When he bought the old rag from a wandering junk peddler to try and convince me to join his little treasure hunt, I was skeptical to say the least. After all, what kind of traveling trash merchant keeps a genuine treasure map for a few measly iron bits, no less? Keep in mind, this is... I don't know how long ago the Grim Dawn has happened, so I guess this is post Grim Dawn, because people wouldn't have used iron bits before. The other guy was talking about gold and jewels, you know? Then again, maybe iron bits was always the currency. I don't think so. I think it used to be coinage. Then, because of the Grim Dawn, they decided iron had more value. Which makes sense, you know? You know, it does make sense. Like, a currency just has value that is agreed upon. And with, you know, everything going to shit, gold doesn't... I don't know. I guess gold fell out of favor for a thing with a more, like, you know, practical value, I guess? Oh, I'm trying to bullshit an answer here. But, I know. Even if the map was... so yeah, I guess this happened post Grim Dawn. Keep in mind that this takes place a few months after Malmouth, I think. It does... There's a gap of time period. Here, let me look it up. Grim Dawn timeline. Sadly, all the things here are actually a bit too old. They're from 2016. So yeah, they aren't going to answer my question. Actually, maybe if I just look up Forgotten Gods. Don't autoplay. Okay, it's autoplaying, but it's mute. Damn it, I saw a thing here saying the detail when the Forgotten God expansion happened. I swore I saw something saying that it took place months after Malmouth. Or maybe it was just simply it takes place after the events of Malmouth. Because there's, you know, story developments here that reference it. It's one or the other. So, yeah, Grim Dawn's happened for a while. Actually, on a similar note, when did the Grim Dawns happen? Like, how long has the world been gone to shit by the time we start playing? Someone was saying maybe weeks. And that sounds like a fair assessment. So, yeah. It just, for a few, like, with a lot of notes you find, you can't be sure when they are. So when they mention Iron Bits, I assume it must be after the Grim Dawn. But then part of me is wondering, like, I've seen lore notes in other games where it's just like, they reference things post an event, but it's actually written before it. Like, look at Fallout 4. They reference having jet or some narcotic pre-war, but in actuality that was invented in Fallout 2 by a guy. So, using a post-nuke animal as part of the basis for it. Wasn't it made out of the Brahmin dung or something? I remember reading the wiki. I haven't gotten to play much Fallout. I played a fair bit of 3 and a tiny insignificant sliver of 1. I didn't really do it too well. I kind of got killed straight away. I was like, oh, fuck this. I went like right to the vault rather than traveling around, and that got me killed. So I was just like, ah, fuck it. I wasn't really in the mood for it. I'm gonna go get water in a moment. I tried it there. It's still. Ugh. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, it does take place after the Grim Dawn at some stage. So yeah, it was jarring because, like, again, I figured like most of the notes you find around here are pre-Grim Dawn. So then suddenly seeing Iron Bits is just like, is this a flub? That's where my mind goes immediately. So that's why I made a bit of stopped and paused about it. Now I am paranoid about like the timeline of events. Like, how long has the Grim Dawn happened? How long did it take for a character to move from, Devil's Crossing all the way up to Fort Icon or to Homestead? How long did it take for the Logorian to fall? The Malmount. Fall to us, not fall in general. The fall the second time. So, it's... Now I'm just thinking about that. It kind of started the itch, and now I just keep going. It just keeps spreading. Even if the map was real, I thought, what business does Amal and I have trekking through a burning desert to reach some poor soul's long-forgotten grave? But he's really come through this time. The map is in fact real, and remarkably, Amal's led us this far without incident. According to the map, it won't be more than a half-day's journey to the place they once called the Valley of the Chosen, or so Amal says. I'm relying entirely on him, as I cannot read the supposed ancient language the map is written in. How he can is beyond me. There are signs of a once mighty civilization everywhere. I've seen buildings, statues, tombs, and temples. Some stand as if they were erected yesterday, but most have fallen prey to the ravages that tore through this land long ago. If I didn't know better, I'd say the earth itself had reared up to lay waste to the structures built here, technically raising some and leaving others untouched. It's an unnerving thought, no doubt. Is this part 1? Yes. I do not know what happened to this place, or to the people that must have inhabited it, or why no one has returned to reclaim it. Mal tells me stories of cataclysmic events, the roiling hot blood of the earth pouring over the land, natural beasts risen to exact the vengeful punishment of a scorned god. I honestly don't know if he's making it up to scare me, but genuinely believe that's what happened here. In the end, all that matters is that everyone left in a hurry, and they left a whole lot of valuables behind. If it is true, and appears to be, this will be a very profitable journey after all. given that they don't know how the guy's speaking the ancient tongue, I have a feeling maybe he's possessed or something, you know? Like the other guy was. Damn random griffins. That is cool. Oh, some sentinels. So we finally reached the bulwark. The Vanguard. You know, they're oddly chill about the random material rift in the middle of camp. Bound Beast, level 79. Oof. Indala. Stay vigilant out there. The many eyes are watching. Times like this, a bleak path without second chances may be the ultimate mark of victory. What? In times like this, a bleak path without second chances may be the ultimate mark of victory. Uh-huh.
I hear you've done some excellent work around here.
But don't you have someplace more important to be? We're at war here.
It is good that you found your place with the others.
Vanguard must hold. Our efforts to the north have been met with increasing resistance. Fanatics have become aware of our activities and are attempting to push us back. At first they merely tested our defences. Watching them pass through our defensive walls was a pleasing sight, and the stench of burning flesh filled the air. Unfortunately, they were more prepared during later incursions, and regret to say our wards were no longer holding them back. Sentinels have suffered some injuries during these initial exchanges, but no casualties. The followers of Kaiman have greater numbers than we suspected, and the powers they are harnessing are unlike any we've dealt with before, and more gruesome. In the most recent strike, a bare-chested behemoth of a man, with his face flayed off, charged Vanguard in a whirlwind of blades. His gut was exposed to reveal a churning furnace of molten flames that unleashed upon our forces. Within moments he'd taken out 4 of our sentinels without pause. Only when we finally brought him down by removing his head, they realized that his arms had been removed at the elbows and fused with burning hot blades. To our relief, when he fell, the other fanatics retreated. I dread to think what would happen if several such giants attacked us at once. I pray to Dreeg that the time to strike is nearly upon us, and that our main force at the Conclave will meet us here, as without reinforcements. What, did I not grab that my first time through? It kind of just flared to life there. As without reinforcements, Vanguard will not hold out much longer, but do not interpret this as hesitation. We'll fight to the last to keep this point secure, in the name of the witch gods.
Excuse me. I don't have time to talk right now.
Your fate was written upon the
I'm afraid you can go no further. We've locked these gates until the cult leaders have agreed to push forward, which we cannot do without reinforcements. The lands beyond are teeming with our enemies.
Elaine was quite pleased with your performance. But now it is my turn. You've gathered the materials and the power we need. It is time for my favorite part.
And what's that?
With the materials you've brought me, I have conjured what's known as the Gargan Key. It is an arcane device used by the people that lived here long ago. Its purpose? The summoning of eldritch creatures within the Temple of Atep. Travel north to the Valley of the Chosen. Seek out the temple and find the altar within. There, the veil is thin, and your chances of success highest. Let nothing stand in your way. Not the primordial one's brainwashed fools. Not the temple's defenses. Activate the altar, and bind me a worthy minion.
10,000 XP, 2,000 iron, 500 Bezmel rep. Do as you ask. Priscilla's plan. Gargan Key. Not so much an actual key, but a collection of strange artifacts combined to resemble one. Amidst a nearly imperceptible humming sound.
I I hear you've done some excellent work around here.
Perhaps you could spare a moment to assist in the interests of Bezimil. Sure, what do you need? The Sacred Web brings word of a peculiar gathering in the Valley of the Chosen. Korvac's zealots are up to something. There were whispers of an eldritch monstrosity that was once imprisoned within the tomb of Aleph, but I have a strong feeling that the fools are trying to release it. Scouts could confirm my concerns, but by then it may be too late. If the fanatics release it, they may even be able to bind it. I propose a different solution. We release it first. Now hear me out. If this creature truly exists and has in fact been bound within the tomb for centuries, it will be weak when it first awakens. There will be opportunity to strike and deny our enemy a resource. Within the tomb are 3 conduits set to bind the creature there. If they are broken, the beast will be unleashed. Find the tomb of Aret in the Valley of the Chosen, in the Infernal Wastes to the northwest. Destroy the conduits and release the beast. Destroy the conduits, release the beast, and slay it before the enemy has a chance to claim it. Why not bind it ourselves? Possibility, but we do not know the nature of this creature or its weaknesses. If it's bound here and now, if it's bound here and Korvac's minion's secret, then if it's bound here and Korvac's minion's secret, then it undoubtedly won't serve the interests of the Forgotten God. Cannot risk them getting to it first and claiming it for their own. Fair enough.
Yes, traveler? What might I help you with?
If it isn't the intrepid traveler, I've had my mind on you for some time now. Your exploits here and beyond have proven to be very favourable to the tree, but no division has come to my mind as of late, and I think you may be able to help me. What is it? I peered into the veil and looked back, while looked back with sheer malevolence. The being I speak of is known only as the Messenger, a powerful servant of Korvac. Folk tales would describe a fiery visage coming to people in their dreams or in times of desperation, offering them salvation and solace from their lives' woes. It is this harbinger of Korvac's fiery wrath that bound the foolish Kaiman's Chosen to the Forgotten God's will. Ooh, that's actually what you get to meet in if you side with Kaiman's Chosen and do enough quests. I think it was something called like the Messenger or whatever. You know, its name was a job title. So yeah, you get to speak with a fiery vision called the Messenger, as far as I know, in Kaiman's like hidden in inner rooms. But only after you've like done all the quests with them, kind of thing. I will get to do that on some stage. I might do that on my first run through on like veteran for the border. I might do it on him for my first run through. Then again, none necessarily stop me from doing it on the second and third. Would actually be a right bitch to try and like switch between them and gain rep, because you would, I'd imagine, lose all your rep doing that. Like when you switch between like normal and elite, you keep your reps. But I imagine when it comes to those factions, since they're opposed against each other, you'll probably lose what you had when you set against them. Or you gradually see it decrease and decrease and decrease. Probably not gradually decrease and decrease and decrease. It's probably yay or nay, but still. I'm just imagining the decrease and decrease and decrease will be the most painful thing possible. Just seeing like all the work you did just draining before your eyes. It will be fucking painful. But anyway, why it is chosen to reveal itself now is unknown to me, but this is an opportunity we cannot pass up. Eliminating the Messenger would be a critical blow to Korvac's forces. You must follow my vision. Sorry, using Hanjo. Follow my vision to a place of misery known as the Pit of Atonement. It is an active volcano within the ruins of Korvac City to the northwest, beyond the Infernal Wastes. There the Messenger awaits us. Seek it out, destroy it. The weave of fate demands it be so. I'll see that it is done. Beware the Eldritch spawns, not all serve the Lady of Whispers. Alright. Human overpowered. Aren't all? Ooh. Korvax Ragefire. Not all are empowered of their forces. The guards here are, but the people out in the field aren't. They're just human, not empowered.
That skill's not ready.
Marked rock. Runes of Abyd. Here we go. Olzen's Temple Missive. Esteemed elders, I wish to express my deepest concerns in regards to the recent actions of our patron and guardian, Divine Olzan. I realize that it is not our place as mortals to judge the behavior of the gods, for their whims are beyond our limitations to understand, but this course of events warrants apprehension. Since his return, the Divine has not been himself. He has ever been on the bottle that our temple stock cannot replenish quickly enough. I've been forced to instruct the aspirants to seize incoming shipments of wine before they can be claimed by local merchants, but even that is not enough to sate its bloated appetite. A caravan was rerouted to the temple on a daily basis, bringing in fresh courtesans for the pleasures of our patron. I received numerous complaints from the Merchants Guild regarding the seizure of shipments and their caravan, but these voices were quickly silenced when I invoked Olzen's name in their presence. Imagine none of this sounds alarming on its own, but more recently Divine has taken an unusual interest in a particular maiden at the temple. She's a young, ambitious priestess, and I admit mighty Olzen has good taste. Her brilliant emerald eyes shine underneath that raven black hair, and her face glows with lustful desire. At first I wrote it off as another of the Divine's conquests, but he's begun to shun others in her favor. At times her own attendants are denied access to Olzen's chambers, so she may tend to his wounds and wishes personally. I braved the Celestial's wrath and suggested that it may be dangerous for a god to allow a single mortal to grow so close to him, when so many are in need of his guidance and protection. Even in his weakened state, Olzen hurled up some brazier in my direction with ease, damaging the mosaic upon the wall, and turning the brazier into mere rubble. I dare not show my face to him again, until his anger has subsided. It occurs to me now that this young priestess has consumed the Divine's attention, like a spider ensnaring a victim in its web. If we cannot speak sense to Olzen, then we must keep an eye on her, learn of her methods and motives. It's possible she merely desires to taste the pleasures of divine flesh, but never seen our mighty lord so enthralled by a mortal. I call upon all my brethren to take heed of this warning, and join me in my endeavour without drawing the ire of our patron. But if Olzen cannot protect himself from these mortal pursuits, then we'll need take the necessary measures for the good of the Corvin people, of course. I wonder what's up with him. Oh yes, he was betrayed, and when he came out, he was never the same. He needed counselling. Here, 1 second. I knew he was never the same afterwards, but I never knew that he got really horny and became quite addicted to alcohol. Didn't know about that side of it, but I'm not too surprised. Over here. Olzen betrayed was once a god of healing and ceremonies, but a millennia of torment following a most grisly betrayal from his lover has twisted the once benevolent deity into a bitter deity interested in only vengeance and destruction. Wonder if that lover was the human, or because it seems to be angled that way. But it also seems that he suffered some other betrayal. You know, he suffered something else, and that led him to becoming this. You know, he didn't just suffer one. You know, one case of dickery. It was multiple. But from the sounds of it, in his weakened state, he was actually pretty weak. Just thinking about it. You know, if he threw a brazier at a wall, and only managed, and well, he reduced the brazier to rubble. He only like damaged the wall a bit. You know, broke the mosaic on it. Mosaics aren't exactly renowned for being the most durable of things. So you know, he was like really reduced in strength by it, by what had ever happened to him. Basically, I was thinking, wheel up a tank to him, probably wouldn't survive, you know? Mine always goes to like the StarCraft tanks. Just, I've been to I'm in like 3 now StarCraft Discords, and I'm seeing kind of like custom content, so it's, yeah. But yeah, like he does seem quite, you know, for a god, that does seem quite reduced, if you get me. In strength. You would expect a god to be burlier. A historic weapon from the rebellion of Farmstead, mercilessly crushed by Imperial forces. It's very centered on bleeding damage from resistance. 60%, Christ. 3 to blade arc, 3 to laceration. It's not bad. It's very much a bleeding weapon. So you'd only want to even look at it if you've got a, you know, a bleeding build. And a soldier at that, given the 3 to those 2 skills. I think I'm going to... Oh, another secret. And fun this time, sadly. But I think I'm going to stop now in a little bit and get to that new drink, given that what I currently have is not the nicest. You know what I'm really missing right now is local supermarket does cookies every once in a while. I'm not really sure on the like, do they have them every day and I just missed them the last day I checked or what. But they do cookies, and it's often, you know, branded things like Maltesers or what have you. I would love one of them right now. The cookies are divine. Sadly, you only get like 4 in a pack. But, oh, they're lovely. And they're big cookies, you know? So that makes up for the 4, but still, more damn it. Salted Stash. Crofter's Mask. Oh, it's very much a pet one. And a Necromancer pet one at that. It boosts up Bone Harvest in, like, the mask does, and the 3-set piece does. Actually, wait. It's actually a Ritualist set. Primal Spirit. Cool. But yeah, it's very much a Ritualist pet set. It's not for me anymore. To be fair, I was never really building myself as a pet person. I was a melee person who happened to have pets and such. I was adequate, probably for normal melee, but I was quite a substandard pet person. Oh, that's cheap. Devotion. Okay, let's see. 29, 43, 8. 29, 43, 8. Damn, that's nice. Do damage as they get up, but it accomplishes nothing. Which is pretty unsurprising, to be honest. So enemies are quite burrowly. About 5 levels higher than anything else here. Thereabouts. But yeah, I'm still going to take a swing at them when I get a chance. XP is XP, rep is rep. Let me actually head back to the bounty table, because I should have grabbed one previously. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and get one to kill the messenger. Which got a call to acknowledge your assistance, but only targets dedication, so see reward from the tree themselves. Oh, sure, that's fine. Kanan Burnt Heart. Did he say anything new?
Hey, thanks for the help.
No. Oh, nice. Okay, I don't think you'll have anything new for me to that patch I mentioned where they will be bringing new stuff in.